the chopper again. Couple of things we're going to do today. The mystery about what's in the seat post hole. Run a drill down there and it's not pretty. So I had a lot of comments on the way we're going to get rid of it. I'd say 50% of them said drill it out and see how you go, so I thought I'd do that, and it's pretty scary what I've discovered. So watch this. I'm starting off with a small drill bit, but look, it's gone down that far and it's still steel. So let's see how we go. Still going. So whatever they put down there is that long, and it's like all different metals. It looks like there's a bit of carbon, a bit of mild steel, and every now and then goes to a really hard bit. So okay, let's run another drill bit down there. We'll go to a bigger size, see how that goes. Worst case scenario, I'll drill it out to a bigger size, and we can still run wiring or whatever down. At least we know what's inside it then. It's a bit dull. We'll give her a bit of a sharpen on the grinding wheel. A bit too sharp now. Okay, any other great ideas? The big drill bit. Might be a bit too big for the time. I'll go one size smaller. Drill it out as big as I can around the top and just see what I can find. It's not doing anything. I think if I drill it out right through, I can put the torch in there and blow it and gouge it out more, and the offcuts can go down to the bottom of the frame tube, so I think I'll try that. So this drill bit is longer. Well, you know what I might do? I might try and do it with that one a little bit further. I need a longer drill bit, so I think this drill bit will be long enough.
Up to you, alright?
I think I'm going to turn it around and go the other way and see what we can find at the other end. Like, we've gone down 5 inches now, so whatever is in there is a 5-inch slug, but it should only be welded around the top, so might have to put a bit more thought into getting rid of all this weld on the top. This is getting frustrating. So, as far this will go all the way up. Oh, so it's stopping there. So, the slug goes down to about here. Maybe it's broken there at one stage. Yeah, looking around here, there's a dent there. Well, we haven't got far to go all the way through, but I just need a longer drill bit. I think I'll just keep drilling it and get it out that way. That way, if there is any repairs on the outside, they can stay there. It's little things like that. This can add a day or two into building a bike. Stuff you don't count on. Stuff you thought, oh, I'll do that later, and you come to do it later, and it becomes a day's work. I came from New South Wales. Was imported from America about 20 years ago, so this was probably done in America. I think maybe what might have happened is the frame's broken through here at some stage. They put a solid piece of steel down there and welded it in there. That's the only thing I can figure. So I'm thinking this could be a solid piece of steel. I think what I might do, I might just drill it out a couple more sizes and leave it. I'm never going to run the sprung seat again, but I'd like to take it back to standard. I'll drill out a few more sizes and then I'll make a final decision what we're going to do. Okay, so with that done, or undone, we'll get on to making this oil tank. I was just thinking of oil tanks today, and this tank here is off a drag bike I built back in the 80s. It was a 93 cubic inch shovel head. One of the first Harley drag bikes, I think, in the country. So I made this little gas tank up. There's a Sportster tank. Half of it is an oil tank, but I was running alcohol, so I didn't need much fuel. So this tank has actually got a joiner in the middle. This side is oil, this side is alcohol. Bit of a trick setup for its day. Man, we just had a mad thunderstorm. It's not really bike riding weather. Anyhow, back to the oil tanks. Another strange oil tank. This is one I made for my shovel head. I put electric start on it. So the oil tank comes right back to here on this, but it holds a big battery. It's got a drop-in oil filter off a shovel head. I made the tank longer, but there's still a lot of clearance under here for the starter. Also on this side, I had to allow for the clutch arm. So I'm going to have to make the clutch arm similar to this. I like making that like that with a Heim joint on the end, nice and smooth, and clearance for the gear lever. So we've got to take that into consideration when we make this oil tank. So let's get into it. We're going to make a piece that to hold the battery. We're going to make the battery box. So I'm just going to cut that out and fold it out now. And everything's wet. Look at the water in this place. That'll be nice. A little bit of air gap around there. Running your battery inside your oil tank probably isn't the best idea because there's a lot of heat there. So I'll put a bit of insulation around this. That'll allow for about 5mm insulation. Be a nice snug fit. And the bottom, I'll just run a plate with some holes in it just to give it a bit of air up through the bottom. And of course the top will be open. Okay, that's the battery part done. Let's cut out the oil tank now. There's our pattern from the last episode. We know the back end has to be 160mm. So we've got it. We're going to fold it and then make the battery box will come in here. That's our center line. Here and here. So we get the angle, the same angle on both sides. Top and sides. I got this shape pretty close. Very close actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to form this up so it fits on here. I'll just get a centre line on that again, off the cardboard template. That way when we're bending it, we can work out, you know, where the centre is, centre to centre can meet. Need a sponsor for Nico pens. Reference point. So. Okay, so I'm going to fold these at 90 because I know they have to be at 90. How we just bend it like this. Just going to do this a bit at a time so I get it pretty close. It's almost across the front. And the bend doesn't start till about here. I'm not a fan of the rain. I just did 10 hours in the rain last weekend, non-stop. My boots were full of water. Everything was full of water. I was doing a swift water crossing, and my bike stalled halfway across the Swiftwater crossing. That was pretty interesting. Got it going again pretty fast. My good friend Neil's at Unique Cycles at Forbes. Got some beautiful motorcycles down there. Building. It was good to catch up with him and a couple of friends who we got old Harleys. Good to see them all again. Starting to look like an oil tank. Centre mark there, so we just copy that to the outside and we know that's the centre. Brilliant. So I could almost start tacking that there and work my way around. This is cold rolled steel, it's really nice to work with. So the next process is going to be fitting the battery box, which I'll simply put up there. I'll cut this out nice and square. Battery inside. And I think looking at that, it's still going to hold a lot of oil. So let's just sit that in the bike and have a look. This side will be fine because it'll be the original dimensions. But this side we've got the jockey shift, the ratchet lid for the transmission, and the chain cut out. So what I'm going to do next is I'll get the battery box tacked in and we'll fit a jockey shift lever so this will have to clear the oil tank as well. Okay, I'll get to welding. Okay, we'll see you next week, but don't forget, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.